Oh lordy, oh lordy, oh lordy. I'm Pocan Joe, and as always, you're pretty cool for swinging by. Man, I'm exhausted. I had to get this haul video out because we got Blaster Stash It Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with an interactive chat room involved. Come check out all the books that we picked up on Wednesday and read and reviewed for you. But that's all. Let's talk about the great haul, second day haul from the Tidewater Comic Con that I picked up today. Man, did I get some good stuff. We'll kind of go backwards in time, if you will, with some of the more modern stuff, and we'll go back. So yeah, I picked up a lot more than I did the first day. If you haven't seen the first haul video, it's in my little video thing there, PD thing there. You can go back and take a look at a lot of X-Men stuff. I'll just go ahead and tell you now, picked up a lot of X-Men stuff. But what did I get today? We got Transformers Universe. I picked this up because the Dinobots are on the front. Why not? That just makes sense to me. We got Thor 411 right there with Juggernaut right there in the cover. Man, I really liked that cover. I thought it was really cool. And there's a little bit of significance to it as well. Picked up Silver Surfer. This is number 34. This is the one I was missing out of the storyline, so I finally got that fulfilled. That's done and taken care of. Got some good Ghost Rider going on here. Check this out. We got Ghost Rider number 56. I picked this up because I like this character right here. Some would say even the original Ghost Rider, if you will, or Ghost Phantom. Next, we got Ghost Rider number 44. I just really liked that cover. We got Johnny Blaze on the front there. And then, of course, I had to pick up 43 because that's Johnny Blaze and Ghost Rider fighting it out. Next, Jimmy Olsen, number 124. We find out about Jimmy Olsen's father in this one, so that was pretty cool. Kind of a unique issue. That's Superman pal Jimmy Olsen. I should say the whole title, I guess. I don't know. Everybody out there knows I love my monster covers and I like certain Golden Age stuff, but I saw this and I realized I did not have it in my collection. It's a very classic. It's Where Creatures Roam. I really like these kind of offset creature horror type books as well. Right there is basically the Easter Island Giants coming to life, and that's number 3 right there on that run. Next, we got Thor, or the Mighty Thor, number 180. Let's just be honest. Oh, what happens when a god goes mad? I picked this up because it kind of reminded me of one of the issues of War of the Realms, where he kind of gets into that berserker mode, and he's just slaying giants left and right. So yeah, I kind of picked it up for that. Next stack. Oh yeah, there's another stack. Let's see what we got here. There we go. All right. Going back in time, we got another Jimmy Olsen's, or Superman Pals Jimmy Olsen's. I like this. It's the kid with 9 lives, like a cat, and he's obviously touching the thing there. I just thought it was a funny cover, and I think there was a thing where if I bought so many, I would get some for free. So, yeah, pick that up. Next, we got, this one's going to make the comic book community lose its mind. I already know it. I did. I went ahead and dropped it. Here comes Daredevil, number 2, right there with our fan Electro. Now, this is not a good copy. You can tell down there in the corner. This is not the best copy out there, but honestly, how often are you going to see this, especially at the price I paid for it? I don't think I'll ever see a deal like that again. Next, another great one that I picked up. Definitely something that will value to my comic book collection. That's Amazing Spider-Man number 16. If you don't know, now you know. That's the one where he battles the Daredevil. I love the caption down here. I'll read it for you. It says, "Warning. If you don't say this is one of the greatest issues you've ever read, we may never talk to you again." That's what it says in the little box right there. I just thought that was funny. But also extremely, just another one of those rare finds to be able to pick up. And in the condition that it's in, I try not to get in the green bugs. But honestly, 5.5, maybe a 6. I don't know. I may send it in. I probably won't. I don't normally, so why would I start now? Next, Avengers number 33. I know this story. I love this story. It's just great stuff. So yeah, that's why that's there. Another Avengers. This is number 53 from the original run. This is the great battle between the X-Men and the Avengers. Their big battle right there. Super happy to get this one. That was awesome. And I got it for the price that I wanted. That made it even better. Some more rare comic books. Tales to Astonish. This is number 39. This is probably one of the funnier Ant-Man type stories. So that's really cool. I really like this bug on the front. At last, you've met your match, Ant-Man. Even you can't stop the hordes of the Scarlet Beetles. Insect wars. I love it. As cheesy as it is, I love every minute of it. Tales of Suspense, number 42. The original. This is one of the original Iron Man suits there. I really like that. That is a really good deal. Next, we got Tales of Suspense featuring Iron Man and Captain America. I got this because you got old Iron Man against new Iron Man, and then who doesn't like some good Captain America against the Red Skull? Huge issue there as well. Yeah, super happy to have that one. Next is another team up, Tales to Astonish. This is Giant Man and the Incredible Hulk. Again, another just iconic issue right there. Just all, it's like everything I got was just top shelf stuff. It was crazy. Next, Submariner and the Incredible Hulk. You know, the Submariner's going to be coming into the MCU possibly in this next phase. So I kind of wanted to go ahead and start collecting a lot of that kind of stuff. And yeah, I'll be honest, I can flip it later. So I was kind of particular about some storylines who I'm speculating may be that next villain or so. So I went ahead and picked up this issue right here. This is issue number 94. So yeah, the Dragor, maybe it just makes sense to me. It would be super easy for that villain to kind of pop in and play a role to some degree. Next, Submariner and the Incredible Hulk, number 88. Again, this is another possible villain that would be super easy to incorporate into the MCU into some reasonable fashion that would make more sense to me. We'll see if it pays off. Like, I don't know. You know, that's why it's called speculation. Let's see here. Oh, got some 10-cent goodness for you guys out there. World's Finest, number 114. That is just a great, great cover right there with the pink in the background. Everybody's trapped in bubbles, and Superman's got to try to bust them out. Now, this next one. This was the holiest of grails, and I'm not even kidding you. The guy gave it to me. The guy literally put it in my hand and said, "Here, take it, it's yours." And I was like, really? That seems a little too nice. So how did this start? I went hunting for some Ranger comics. I'm a huge Ranger comic collector. I'm only missing a handful out of or not even a handful, out of the original run. And the weird thing about Ranger comics, if you don't know, they kind of started off as a military comic and then like adventurers, and then they kind of moved to like this Western type of theme. So it's very kind of choppy like that. And so I'm going around, and the one guy that did have a Ranger comics, like, I don't know, he wanted $450 for it. And it wasn't in that good of a condition. I understand low grade is no grade. It's better than no grade, but I'll be honest with you, when it comes to my personal collection, I want to be able to see the front. I want colors to pop. And that just didn't do it, so I kind of had to pass on it. So I was talking to this other guy, and I was telling him about it, and he was like, really? That seems a little steep even for that book. Like, we know it's a great book, but that's a really niched market of people. Like, those guys collect that kind of thing. I was like, I know. So, you know, I didn't get my grail to walk out of here. And the guy was like, well, here, take this book. And when he put the book in my hand, I immediately knew what it was. And I was like, dude, you really don't want to give me this book. That's far too nice for you. And he said, well, I'll make sure you just make sure it gets a good home. Yada, yada. It's been great talking to you. It's great to talk about Golden Age comic books. So, you know, being cool in your community does kind of pay off. So yeah, he gave me Rip Hunter Time Mason, and that is issue number 1 right there. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is the cleanest 10-cent book that I have. Like, ridiculous. There's not even any real spine ticks in it. And yes, I did kind of check it out to make sure it was real later. I know that's a romantic thing to say, but nobody's ever been that nice to me, like, legitimately. So yeah, that will get tucked away here really soon. So now you know why that thumbnail's there. Like, seriously? I own this now. I have this, and it's even registered on the back as a VF. So yeah, this comic book came out in 1961. Right? It's not a golden age, but oh my god, I don't think anybody's going to play. If you don't know who Rip Hunter is, check out, what's the show on the CW? The Legends, right? Like, they started off the season with him. This one's a lot cooler than that character was. Definitely cooler. So yeah, plus it meets my criteria, right? There's a monster on the front, and there's even some sci-fi in the background. Yeah. So that was really cool of that guy. Definitely wanted to give him a shout out tonight. Thanks, bud. Do appreciate it. So what's going on tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube. Myself and the other boys from Blaster Stash It, we're going to talk about Wednesday's books. We're going to blast them. And man, do I got some horrible things to say about some comic books. So definitely check that out over at Blaster Stash It, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Engage with us with our interactive chat room as well. What else is going on? It looks like we're going to be taking a little bit of a break for a little bit, kind of reset before we start hitting the other comics. I have tons of videos that are going to be coming here on my channel from the Comic Con. I interviewed a lot of, I'm not going to say I interviewed, but we allowed a lot of the local artists there to kind of have their say so and give their pitches on there and kind of talk about their products and services or whatever it is that they're offering, plus a cool robotic team. And we kind of took videos walking around. I'll be honest, some of it's ultimately interesting. Like, there's some people out there doing some really cool stuff, and a lot of it's me wandering around because I think this is the first time I did a live, or not a live show, but I tried to do a show and walk around at the same time. So it came off a little awkward. But if you can get past that, you're going to see some really cool interviews with some really cool people doing some really cool things here in our community. So definitely check those out as well. Folks, I got to get ready for Blaster Stash It. I still got some bag boarding to do. I got to put this awesome haul away. Folks, I don't know what else to say. If nobody else has complimented today, you're doing fine. Everybody's happy. Good night.